you have been wondering if anything has been happening in Beesmas for the past days and for the past weeks, then let me just tell you straight up that hell nah, there's literally been nothing going on. And today actually marks 2 weeks since we were supposed to get the Beesmas Part 2 full update that only ended up being just a single extension to Beesmas to make some more time for Beesmas Part 2. And well, because it's been 2 weeks, I've kind of figured out and kind of thought that we're probably just not going to see this update for another 16 days or until, well, the 30th of April is when the next time we're most likely going to see Onnit do something. Yes, I'm gonna be honest, Onnit has been working a few, not like the craziest. I mean, as you do see over here, I kind of thought that on the 5th of April we were really close to Beesmas Part 2 because he updated his private test roam like 80 more times, which was looking really good because he hasn't done much work before that since the 29th or, well, 31st of March, whatever, when he updated the private test roam like 100 something times, which was what we needed a lot of. And I low-key thought we were going to get the update on the first week because of all the updates, but it kind of seemed like a lot of things just slowed down since then. And I don't know if that's because maybe Onnit wants to add more things that isn't just the quests and BBM, but kind of thought that I was kind of wrong there because he literally just said, I'm still working on the remaining quests, but I'm going to bed soon. And he said sorry for not having them done, so it seems like it will just be the quest in Beesmas Part 2. Who knows though, maybe he changed his mind and we'll add more Dapper Bear quests and everything else. But anyway, since the 5th of April, every like 2 or 3 or 4 days even, we've been seeing like this random number of updates on the private test roam. I mean, it's been like 5 to 7 random updates every single day. Then as you do see over here, on the 6th of April, he updated it like 7 times. On the 7th of April, he updated it 7 times again. On the 8th, he updated it 4 times. On the 9th, he updated it 6 times. On the 10th, and that's the last time Onnit was actually working, was 6 total updates. Now, all because of that, I was kind of thinking that because he's updating so much, he was going to release it on a weekend because that's the perfect time, but it's not really the weekend anymore as he was updating on Friday. So I thought, well, if he's updating that much, surely he'll release it finally. But since then, I've kind of lost all my hope because it hasn't been updated for 4 days like the public test roam, well, private one, and that kind of just made me think, well, to be fair, we literally only have like another 2 weeks until the month ends, and by then I really highly doubt we're going to see an update because, yeah, I know there is a chance he might release it randomly, but at the end of the day, every single day that Onnit doesn't really do much or release the update, that means that we need to have another day for that to complete the Beesmas Part 2 quests, with that either being B-Bear or BBM, and that means that we might actually see Beesmas until the end of June now. Like, first I thought we were going to see Beesmas on the 1st of June and we'll just get it like a week after the 1st of April, like Beesmas Part 2, and it ending on the 1st of June, but now it just seems like we might actually be playing Beesmas in June, like in the middle of June. And what it is looking like to me right now is that we won't get Beesmas Part 2 until the 30th of April, so on the 1st of May is most likely when we'll actually be playing it. I mean, that sounds insane because the longest Beesmas that we had was the 2023 one that ended on the 7th of May, and now it seems like it's going to be a reality where we're going to be playing and completing PBM at the end of May and even going into June because it always needs another extension after. Or he would just give us 1 month and it will still end on June, who knows. But maybe this is also happening because he does want to release the birthday code, so the honey day with Beesmas Part 2, but he doesn't want to have 2 codes at once, which to be fair would make sense. Now, me personally, look, I know I'm saying, oh yeah, we're cooked and everything about this being so long, but at the end of the day, I am happy with Beesmas being a little longer than usual always. I mean, it's kind of fun to see it, and plus as well, we don't really get anything until December anyway, so to be fair, who cares if Beesmas is longer, if you know what I mean. The more time we have Beesmas, the more honey we can make and the more fun it is. So I guess at the end of the day, it is kind of good we're seeing Beesmas longer, but I mean, who knows? Maybe my theory is really correct that Onnit doesn't want to release the birthday code until another 16 days because he did say the 4 billion visits one is actually staying until the end of this month because he was like, oh yeah, it's probably staying for another month. Now, he doesn't like having multiple honey days, which does mean that he's probably going to not release the birthday code until then. I mean, I think tomorrow, the 15th of April, is when we got the last year's birthday code, so who knows, we might get something in the next few days, but let's be real, bro, that is just not going to happen. The only time we're going to see Onnit either come back to life is when the Beesmas timer is ending or when there's a major major bug happening, or when there's a milestone that he has to do, although that doesn't happen much anymore. But yeah, that's the only thing we can really expect nowadays, is for the timer to end once again, for it to get extended for another 30 days, and probably see Beesmas Part 2 released then, because he has actually been working for most of April now, which is good. But yeah, we're probably just going to see Beesmas Part 2 in 16 days. What can we do? I mean, I don't mind it fully, but look, it is what it is.